I just did a nice, cool intro and realized my whole camera setting was all messed up. It's okay. I'm chilling, listening to Pete Rock. No, right now it's not even Pete Rock anymore. It's 93 till infinity.
Yo, what's up? This is Tajay of the Mighty Souls of Mischief crew. I'm chilling with my man Festo, my man A+, and my man O. You know,
About to go through some fire rounds of movie news. I might rest a little more, a little heavy on some than the others, because some news is like, I mean, I'll mention the news and then skip to the other ones that I feel more drawn to or more excited about. So without further ado, let's begin, ladies and gentlemen, shall we? We finally have, well, I was supposed to have done this a long time ago, but I guess I'm doing it now. This is supposed to be the two main cast members of Mr. Ryan Coogler's X-Files reboot.
Nice.
I hope it's going to be good, man, because I was an X-Files fan when it started, and I haven't even finished the whole series. I think I just fell off after a while. I don't even know why. I don't have a good memory of what reason or reasons or what occurred for me to just stop watching it. But it definitely didn't pique my interest anymore. So I'm hoping this will bring me back on board with X-Files, and I'm hoping Ryan Coogler does something really, really special. And I finally got to see the next movie that Michael B. Jordan said he's working on, the Thomas Crown Affair. Thomas Crown's Affair or Thomas Crown Affair. I saw the original one, or the one with Pierce Brosnan. It was a good movie. Pretty good. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. So when I saw it, I was like, you know what? I can see how they will adapt this version with Michael B. Jordan. I can see where they're going with it. I mean, I'd seen it before in the past, but I was a lot younger when I saw it. So I thought, you know what? It'd be good to get a refresh and see if I'm going to like it when Michael B. Jordan's version comes out. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with his version, because I enjoyed watching this Pierce Brosnan's version again. This one is baffling to me, to be honest, because I didn't like this first season or the animated season of Tales from 85 from Stranger Things. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know who this is for. I don't know who this was for. I don't know if they're resting on the laurels of, we have the Stranger Things fans, so they'll see it, or some weird, obscure new audience. It didn't make sense to me. The things that occurred in it, some things were cool, and when I did my review for it, I was saying, if it was like an Elseworld thing and a different set of characters, it was in the Stranger Things world, but not the main characters we fell in love with, it would have been a cool show. And even imagine if they didn't release the original Stranger Things, this would still be an okay show. So I genuinely do not understand why they chose to make this show. Nothing calls to me to be able to say this is why. If you watch the whole season, you will understand why they chose nada. And I don't feel it makes sense to tell this story in multiple seasons for us to then feel like, okay, this is why they chose to do this, even though they released this way after the whole season. The whole Stranger Things was completely done. So this is baffling. I don't even know if I'm going to see the second season. I reluctantly watched the first one. Again, like I said, there were some cool elements in it, but when you remember that you finished the show, and this is supposed to be in between season 2 and season 3, there are a lot of things that make zero sense story-wise. 0 sense. You ain't lying. Thundercats movie, live action, now in development.
That's what I'm talking about.
I hope it's going to be good and they do the casting properly and they go all in. A few things may not be able to translate well from the cartoons to the live action, or if this was originally a toy series or comic series or whatever it is, whatever original story that it was, certain things don't always translate well from source material to live action. So if they can intelligently say, we'll leave certain things alone, but keep the core material, cool. Then the next question is, are they going to keep it PG, rated R? Are they going to make it gory? Like, what else would they do? I'm excited for this, as long as they do it well. I feel the casting, the director, and the tone, whatever tone they're going for, as soon as I hear all those three things in one package, then I'll be more excited. Right now, I'm cool. I'm gravy. I'm looking forward to it, but I need to know casting for sure, the tone they're going for, and then who's directing it. But it's cool. This is good news. This is like a no-brainer. Like, they should have done this earlier, or maybe because they're waiting to see what He-Man does. He-Man, again, there's some heavy fans of He-Man where they're like, no, it makes sense that they chose to do this and keep it because of the source material. So that varies. That completely varies because there's certain things I saw in the trailer for He-Man and I thought doesn't make sense. Why are we seeing the Earth element, for example? When I saw the city and Adam was at work in the office, it's like that's not what I saw growing up and I watched He-Man. I don't have any recollection of him being in the city or going to a grocery store or going to a Comic-Con event. It just feels so out of place. But again, some people who are super fans of the source material, they're like, yep, that's what happened in the original source material. So I have no stake in the game. But this one, I hope they treat it with respect, not just another money grab. And yeah, everyone would say, oh, Hollywood is about business. Anybody saying just respect the source material and find ways to adapt it well, competently. So that way, not only we, the OG fans, are excited to see it, but you're bringing in a new audience to just see something that looks cool. And yeah, I feel there's massive potential for sure.
It's here and I like it.
A Django and Zoro crossover movie is in the works. This one,
Let me explain.
the one issue I have is who is directing this? Is it Tarantino or are they getting somebody else to do it? And have they gotten the permission or send off from Tarantino? Because Tarantino's Django was gory. So whose world are we stepping into? Are we taking Django into Zoro's world, or is it the other way around? Because if we're taking Django into Zoro's world, then I imagine it's going to be PG or I don't know, in between before rated R. Or if we're putting if we're putting Zoro in Django's world, then we'll know it's rated R. But if somebody says, yeah, Zoro is entering Django's world, but they're still gonna nerf the rating, I don't know if people are going to like that.
But why?
This is cool, but I just need to know who's directing it and what they're doing with the rating. And that will let me know what they're going to do with the story or how far they're going to push the action as well.
It's here and I like it.
This one made me laugh when I saw it. A new Avenger to be permanently killed in the Avengers Doomsday.
What?
I think they might choose Ghost.
You ain't lying. Let me explain.
They haven't done enough with her. They haven't done a lot of awesome things that she's capable of doing based on her power ability. And that I don't know what they're doing with their creative writers room. Some of these guys are powerhouses, especially Ghost, who all she can do is phase. I imagine you could say she's got some good martial arts skills, yes, but your ability to phase through different bodies and walls and different materials, they should be spamming that, especially when you're in a battlefield where you're like, yo, I'm not a super soldier. This is my skill. I can do hand-to-hand combat and whatnot. I can do weapons, but at some point you gotta start spamming this ability and show her tweaking the suit. What else can she phase through now that she couldn't before? Show her, tinkering and tankering with her tech, man. But I'm thinking, I'm calling her out. I'm calling that death to be her. If they're sticking with this story and it's just going to be one Avenger, then I'm thinking it's going to be her. I don't see them taking the Agent America. I don't see them taking out Winter Soldier anytime soon. I don't see them taking out the new guy, Sentinel. Sentinel?
No!
I definitely do not see them taking out Mr. Red Guardian. No, these guys are making this. They're selling toys, right? Yelena just came into the scene recently, so it's got to be Ghost. Out of all of them, I'm looking at the stats popularity wise, and Yelena is number one, I think, followed by Winter Soldier, followed by Agent America, then maybe followed by Red Guardian, and then I don't know about Sentinel and Ghost. Maybe Sentinel. I feel Sentinel might be higher than Ghost, depending on the target audience. Maybe you might have a lot more women liking Sentinel than Ghost in terms of men, the ratio of men liking Ghost and then women liking Sentinel.
I don't know.
But you let me know who you think is going to get annihilated from this list in the Avengers Doomsday movie coming. It better be more.
Damn.
The fact that they're saying it's one of now, I think it's Ghost, but somebody else should go. I think they should take out Sentinel. I don't really like his character. I don't see the point of his character, but you let me know in the comment section below. A Deathstroke and Bane movie is in the works at DC Studios. This is another meh.
What?
Maybe I need to see the cast.
That's right.
Are they saying that they're both going to be in the movie together, or they're working on both character movies at the same time?
That's a good question.
I don't care too much about Deathstroke, to be honest. He was cool in the animated Teen Titans show, the original one, not the nonsense one that's on now.
Damn.
And then the Batman Arkham Knight, I think, on console. But that was it. I've never really been deeply excited to see a Deathstroke movie or to see him in the DC universe. I mean, if they do it, then do it cool. As long as they do these characters justice, that's it. Make them competent, make them smart, make them strong, make them capable. Otherwise, I don't care. I'm not like, woo, Deathstroke and Bane, yes. I don't wake up in the morning when I think about all the DC source material they could use and tap into. Bane and Deathstroke don't come to mind at all. So seeing this, I was like, who cares? What are you people doing? You're just making noise in your writer's room. Yeah, we should do Bane. We should do Harley Quinn. And it's like saying Harley Quinn and Deathstroke movie. Who the hell wants to see that?
Damn.
Maybe there's a small group of people, yeah, but stick to your freaking original stuff and put some effort into your... Man, this is getting my nerves. Next one, man.
Come on, son.
First look at Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man suit in Doomsday. This is really nice. I don't even know how they're going to do this. I mean, even with the most recent Spider-Man movie where him, Holland, and the other guy featured together, it was okay. But in my head, I was constantly thinking, the scenes with him, he's a lot older now. So is he going to gym? Is he going to work out? Is he going to train? Are you going to have him with the mask off a lot or mask on? And if so, basically the ratio, how many action scenes are we going to see with him without the mask? Or are we going to get a lot of talking scenes with him without the mask, obviously, and then a lot of action scenes with him with the mask on? Then we know it's going to be stunt work or CGI the suit looks cool, but I'm just trying to figure out how they're going to weave his character into the story for it to make sense, because I thought it was just going to be Tom Holland's Spider-Man in this movie. I'm not against it. I just want to see, I'd like to know how they're going to pull it off, basically. But the suit looks cool. The suit looks real good. I don't know if this is on set or like set pictures, not set pictures, like costume testing, or is this purely AI with just his face rendered on it?
That's a good question.
Edge of Tomorrow in the works at Warner Brothers. My bad. Let me say that again. Edge of Tomorrow 2 in the works at Warner Brothers Studio. The first movie, badass. Badass. I'm definitely going to be doing a watch reaction very soon on my Patreon.
Woo!
This movie is absolutely magnificent. I've watched it multiple times without getting bored and tired at all.
Willingly? Yes.
So I'm excited to see that they're doing the second one. About time, though. About time. I don't know what what's her name is doing. I can't remember her name. I've forgotten her name. Emily Blunt. I know she's working on. I know they've already shot the Disclosure Day, but in between this movie and a sequel for this, they should have done, unless maybe Tom Cruise was busy doing Mission Impossible movies, I guess. But it was a no-brainer to do a sequel, and I wasn't like they need to do a sequel. I was happy with it the way it was, but in my mind I was like, yeah, this would be cool if you guys do a sequel. Find a way to extend the story or do something else. The story felt like a open and closed thing, but there was also like, you know what, this is so cool, you guys can get away with doing a sequel. So yeah, color me excited for this one. I'm looking forward to it because Tom knows how to do action very, very well. For me, your mileage may vary, but for me, I enjoy Tom's acting, especially when it comes to action movies. Jack Reacher, Mission Impossible. Yeah. And when he did Collateral, dude, I liked and disliked because I was like, I don't like seeing this guy as a bad guy. But that was a very, very good movie. So hopefully they knock it out of the park with this one. Hopefully the budget is as good as the first one or bigger. I don't think you should have a smaller budget unless it's a tighter story. But the first movie, Edge of Tomorrow, nah, kicks ass, man. Kicks ass.
Woo!
Prey 2 in the works with Dan I'm not going to say that name.
Damn.
The first one was okay. Just a few things with the, for like a better term, the Native American people, their culture. I didn't understand that whole men do this and women do this. It didn't make sense to me at that time. So, but aside from that, everything was cool. I enjoyed what they did with that movie for sure. So a sequel, it's like a no-brainer. But they have her face here. So I don't know if that's saying she's going to be the main hero, or is she going to be training someone else or defending someone else with another Yautja coming to. Is that even on? Is that on brand?
I don't know.
I thought these guys never come back to the same place they've had their own kind killed. I thought that was I thought they just normally go to different locations or different parts of the galaxy and the universe and different timelines. But to have her face in it, I'm assuming she's going to be our hero for the next movie. And if that's the case, it's not something I'm familiar with the predator species coming back to the same location where one of theirs has been killed. It doesn't make sense to me. I could be wrong. Maybe people who know the lore better than I do will be like, yeah, this is on brand. But yeah, sounds cool. Good news. Good news. A new Planet of the Apes movie is officially in the works. Why?
Don't ask questions.
Aside from money, why? You're just hungry for money. Why? The first three, epic. I still have a soft spot for Mark Wahlberg's Planet of the Apes. It's just there for it's a special area. But the first trilogy from Mr. Caesar's people, woo! Yo, I need to do a watch reaction for that one too. But why are we getting this? Who's asked for this? Who's laying in bed at night having, a feverish dream? Just, oh my God, we did a sequel. We did a, why? Whoa, another one. No, they didn't send you. They didn't send you a message, We didn't send you a message. There are things we're asking you to do, you won't do. There are things we're saying you shouldn't do, you will do. Then when you did them, you now say, oh, this is why we don't work on the old school stuff. You can go fuck yourself with that shit.
Come on.
Nobody asked for this shit. Even the one that came out after Caesar, I have not even watched one of them.
You serious?
I don't know. They've released another, I think it's one or two. I saw it in the trailer. Saw the trailer in cinema. I was like, I'm not going to see this shit.
Damn.
There's zero excitement, zero. I was like, nah.
No, God!
Caesar's trilogy, epic. And Koba. Come on. Who asked for this shit, bitch? Do what we... You know what? Whatever, man. On to the next one. This one, I don't even know. I don't know if I don't waste my time talking about this. I'm tired of Jason and Mike Myers. These two creatures, or whatever the heck they are, you're just bullies. What? You never seem to go after the right people who need to get their asses wiped off the planet.
Damn.
How about attacking freaking officials who are doing nefarious things to children and other nefarious things behind the scenes? How about that?
What does that mean?
Another freaking guy with a cutlass movie and then a white mask guy who never seems to die. It's boring. It's boring, dude. I'm bored. Freaking boring. Freaking boring. The people who did you dirty in your original origin story, you should just go after them. If you want to get extra, mean and vengeful, go after the children. We're just killing random people who's got nothing. You had sex on the same beach. Fuck off. Get out of town, man. Why? Some movies I'm like, I don't want to see a sequel. Maybe in that time era when I grew up, yes, this dude was scary. That's like doing another Chucky movie right now. It depends on how you pull that off. But even that too, you're still mad? Your spirit is still stuck inside this doll. You're forever chasing Andy and Andy's bloodline and Andy's lineage and Andy's girlfriend, Andy's twin sister, Andy's grandma, Andy's descendants. To just stop it. Come on. It gets so stale after a while, dude.
You ain't lying.
You want to do something sexy with these guys? Put them in a freaking battle royale. Him with the hockey mask and the machete, and then put in what's his name, Freddy Krueger and the other guy, the white Halloween Mike Myers. But yeah, let them fight each other and kill each other. Have them trapped in the universe where they can't escape. God damn, come up with some new stuff, man. How about doing the sequel for Darkness Falls? That was a scary movie. That movie had me shook. You've seen a good scary movie when you come out from the cinema at nighttime, you go to your house and you don't cut off no lights. You keep them on. Mm-hmm. Any light you turn on, you leave them on for the whole night. That's a good horror movie. When you got you looking over your shoulder every freaking time. That's a good horror movie, man. That was beautiful. That one, The Grudge was good. There's another horror movie that I watched that really, really got me good. I can't remember, but The Grudge and Darkness Falls, they had me tight. I was like, yeah, we ain't playing with these dudes, man. Especially The Grudge. So, cool, really interesting horror movies. To just be bringing back these old archaic relics. Whatever, man.
Here we go.
Now, this one is what you call news. Huh? I wish they had done this first before they did the stupid Matrix 4 movie.
Wait a minute.
Fucking abysmal trash.
That's right.
Just go into a room full of people with ideas and pick out the ones that sound healthy, that the audience will like. If you put two people in a room and someone said Constantine sequel, and then somebody said Matrix 4, but the audience wouldn't like it. Fuck, what?
Let me explain.
The Matrix 4, but just like part 1 or better, versus Constantine 2. Yeah, I'll pick the Matrix, because you're saying you're going to make it like the first one or better. But if you gave us the trash you gave us after pitching Matrix 4 that's going to be as good as the first one or better, then you gave us what we got. Yo, your head needs to come off your shoulder.
Wow, you are mean.
Your head needs to come off your shoulder. So a Constantine sequel, yes.
Well, duh.
You guys took up this guy's time with all the freaking John Wick sequels. I feel it should have stopped at 2. If you'd given it to us at 1 and that's it, I'm gravy. But when you did 3 and then 4, you are pushing it. You are pushing it. And 4 was useless, annoying, and an insult to what... How can you create epicness and you piss on your epicness? Y'all are funny, man. But about time. About freaking time. I don't even know... You know what? With Shia LaBeouf now, with his up and down thing, I don't know what they're gonna do with this character. Maybe they don't even have to mention. Well, they can mention but not show his character, because he's not physical anymore. He's an angel, right? So, I mean, if they reference, I don't know. But y'all better make sure you bring back Papa Midnight, Mr. Jaimon Honsun. Y'all better bring him, because that guy, come on, that guy should be doing other things by now. By now, come on. So this is sexy. Great news, not even good news, great news. Constantine is epic. So this is on the same lane for me with Live, Die, Repeat or Edge of Tomorrow. So I'm excited. If you had these two movies coming out in the same year,
A few moments later.
Another nonsense. A Quiet Place, another movie about bully aliens. You people will spend money on the things we don't want. Aliens who don't like noise. That's what I'm saying. How does that noise thing work?
That's a good question.
Like when they make noise or when they hear themselves make noise, how come they haven't killed each other? Or it's like they don't just like any kind of sound. Any bird that tweets and they just jump in the air. You look stupid. If I fart, it just lunge at me. If I pee, lunge at me. If I flush the toilet, lunge at me. A third one. There's so many other movies to be making. New IPs, new ideas. He said Quiet Place 3. Man, even the one with Lupita Nyong'o, I was like, well, what are we watching? In fact, that made it worse.
Oh, is that how you feel?
Just seeing any noise that occurred in the environment, and these... The first movie was good, especially with the tension scenes and whatnot. The way they took out the father, they make sense to me, but whatever. But as you sit down and really like sink in back into yourself, you're like, hold on a second. You guys don't like any noise?
Come on, don't bullshit me.
So when you guys are making noise, don't you hear each other's noise?
Does not compute. Does not compute. Does not compute.
You guys can't hear each other's noise, but you hear other things' noise.
Come on, son.
3 movies, come on. You were good with the first one. You were really good with the first one, but you're pushing it now, man. You guys are pushing it.
You ain't lying.
The Voltron live action movie will no longer be released in theaters.
But why?
I wonder if they've done like test screening and the audience is like, meh. The cartoon was cool, but if you gave me 3 options, you got Voltron cartoon, like someone said, okay, we're gonna pitch you 3 OG cartoons you grew up watching. It's gonna be a live action thing, either in cinema or Amazon Prime or one of the big streaming platforms. Okay, go ahead. It's going to be Voltron, it's going to be Thundercats, and it's going to be what else am I looking for? What's the third one that I really like? Come on. I was going to say Transformers. I've already seen that one though. What else? What else is there, man? What else would I be low-key excited to see? Johnny Quest. There you go. That's a good one. So it's going to be Voltron, Johnny Quest, and Thundercats. Now, each one being pitched to us would depend on your director, your casting, and the tone you're going for. But I can tell you right now, I'll be removing Voltron for sure.
What?
I wasn't a massive Voltron fan. Now, if you had the 3 cartoons I just mentioned in a lineup to be airing back to back, I would prefer to watch Voltron first, Thundercats second, and then Johnny Quest third. And I'm talking about the older Johnny Quest, not the OG. The OG Johnny Quest is cool, but I prefer when he got older. And I just picked him out of all the other, cartoons that are there. I probably need to sit down and go through a list. But that's like someone saying we're going to do a live action version of the Wacky Races. No, I can see that, you know, if you said maybe CGI like Cars or like Toy Story, probably, you know, I can stomach that one. But a live action rendition of Wacky Races, no. I can imagine some people want to see that though. Don't get me wrong. Some people are like, well, that sounds good. Not me. You must be crazy. So when I heard about Voltron, I'm like, wow, this is just another Pacific Rim. The story wasn't compelling enough to me as a child and a teenager thinking, I can't wait to see this when I get older as a live action. No. Johnny Quest, the older version, by the way. Yeah, there's room for that one. There's room for that for sure. You could even put Tom Holland as Johnny Quest himself. There is room for that for sure. You can do a really good job with Johnny. A really, really, really good job with Johnny Quest for sure. Oh, I don't mind Thundercats. Again, if you tell me you're going to pick some correct actors, not all A-listers, but you know the tone you're going for, you're going to match the actors for the tone. So that means if you're doing proper action and you know, choreography, you're saying we're going to get the guys who did the Raid choreography, for example, and the Matrix fight choreography, then I know, okay, you're getting down to business, and you're going to pull, you know, the guys who did the Avatar, Aang, The Last Airbender, the guys who did the motion capture or the animation style for the Kung Fu or the martial arts. Then I'm like, okay, you guys are, you know, you mean business. So then when I start to hear information about how you're going to get these things done, I'll be veering towards Thundercats a lot more, because I can sense the tone you want to give. Is it going to be for children only or for adults? Or are you going to strike a balance where the story is competent, dialogue is competent, lore is delivered well, so any newcomer can come in and just experience it as is and not be confused. They can follow through. And then the action is what keeps your viewers locked in, because you can do lore as much as you want to do. But if your combat system is not engaging, if your fight scenes aren't engaging, if you're not drawing the same art style or similar art style like 300, for example, the fight scenes in that movie, come on. So then that's when I'll start to say, you know what? Voltron and Johnny Quest can take a backseat. Now you've given me the idea or your vision for Thundercats. I'm more up there with Thundercats. So yeah, Voltron is definitely not on my list. It's way behind. Out of all the cartoons I grew up watching that I thought it'd be cool to see live action renditions of them, Voltron is way, way behind. Back down on the list. Back down. So seeing this, I'm like, not surprised. And you put Henry Cavill in this as well. Yo, it better be good. It better, whatever platform, streaming platform they decide to release it on, it better be good. It better be good. Anyway, that's me done for now. That's the most I can cover in this one video. It's been a while since I last uploaded a movie news video on here. Woo! Let me know which one of these topics I touched on you're excited for. And if you find any news you'd like me to talk about as well on any news media platform, let a brother know in the comment section as well, or send me an email. I've of course been your one and only Multipotentialite, Neurodivergent host,
the Kosmic Jedi, signing out. Thank you for watching.